And then
Crowder,
the other thing that happened during this break, sorry, there's some breaking news. Anthony Davis reportedly agrees to a historic 3-year, $186 million deal.
Woo. I got to do the math on 186.
62.
By 3.
That's unbelievable. So does he get 62 mil a year, or does it escalate? Like, do we know how that works?
183?
186.
Oh, my goodness. No, that's NBA. That's their money, Hawk.
But I know, but I'm just curious. Does it count against the salary cap as like 30, 50,
Right.
70?
Oh, okay.
Or like I don't even think that added up right.
It would probably, my guess would be, it would be something like that, right? Like that's what Damian Lillard's contract looks like. Well, it's not really backloaded. It's not going from 20 to then 60, whatever, 80 something in the third year, but he's probably going to make like 41. I can't do the math, but 49 and 60 something.
Because, fellas, it's 186 divided by 3. It has to be 77. Like, it has to be stupid money, because 50-50 is 100. That would be 83, 86 in the last year. It has to be 60, 60.
That's
40.
what I'm saying. Like, I think it has to be divided equally over 3 years, because you would end up with 1 year that's like an $80 million cap hit if it was an escalator.
Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the NBA.
Because even if you made it 50 million this year and 50 million the next year, the third year would be $86 million.
That's what I'm saying. 70, 46.
I mean, that's insane money.
He's not worth that.
Holy mackerel.
That's a player that's a number one option on a championship team. Anthony Davis is not. We saw in New Orleans, he's not a number one option on a championship team. That's crazy. What's the boy's name? The boy, the GM out there, he's crazy.
Palinka
doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Are you sure about that though? I mean, they've won a title, and last year
he was two.
I'm assuming they're the only team that can offer him that, right?
Correct.
I'm assuming, and you can't afford to lose him. That's the thing. It might not be that he's worth that much money, but you can't afford to lose him.
Let me see.
Isn't that's kind of a common theme throughout the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Like
Jaylen Brown.
Hero, Jaylen Brown. I mean, these guys are going to get that much money on the open market. They don't want to lose them, so they have to pay what it is that the max extension would allow for under the CBA, and that's what he just got.
Okay, look, Steph Curry, 51, Kevin Durant, 47, Nikola Jokic, 46, Joel Embiid, 47. It goes on and on. LeBron, Bradley Beal, Hawk, Paul George. These guys are number ones, especially those first 4 I read off, are number ones on championship teams. Anthony Davis, Solana, to your point, he's not. Or to my point, but argue with you, he's not a number one option, because when he had a team, they did nothing in New Orleans.
Right, but you're saying he's not a number one option because he plays with the greatest player, the second greatest player.
He's also not
time.
healthy enough to be worthy of that much money.
He's always hurt. But he's always hurt, and he's not like you're honestly, in your heart, Solana, Anthony Davis can be the number one of a championship team.
I think he would be the number one option if he went pretty much anywhere else in the NBA.
He would be, except that he's been proven. Like, if he came to you, if you got rid of Jimmy and Bam for Anthony Davis, you wouldn't say, oh, yeah, there we go, we're going to the championship.
No.
I said a number one option on a championship team. You got to add the end.
I'm not telling you that I think he deserves this money. I just understand why he's getting it. And I
understand why, too, yeah. First of all, you just can't afford to lose him. I mean, that's crazy.
Right, and when you bring up what Steph Curry's making, Damian Lillard signed a 4-year, $180 million deal, but that happened a couple years ago. New TV money, the salary cap went up this past year with the new CBA. Like, wait till Steph Curry signs his next deal. You know what I mean? Like, you have to factor that in as well. You remember what was that, 2016, when the new TV contracts kicked in, Luol Deng was making $18 million a year. It's not because Luol Deng deserved $18 million a year. It's because his free agency period happened to fall in the most perfect opportunity for free agents in the history of the league, which is why Timofey Mozgov made $100 million. And that's what's happening now. Anthony Davis was up for an extension at the perfect time, and that's what all these guys are going to start making.
Luol Deng.